It's January 6th, 2022. Lewis this morning wanted to introduce me to a video that he had of a man. The other day he introduced me to a video clip of Bob Lipton. Today was Robert Schwartz. It's an interesting version of humanity. Again, without some direction, it's really hard to discover, like, key pieces of importance. And being born with no direction whatsoever, we're in some kind of a hollow, like a hole between here and there. In Robert Schwartz video this morning, he mentioned something about a mediumship. Like, again, I don't connect like a home run to any of these individuals per se. I'm able to focus on them for slight bits, but then sometimes if they go into monologue or soliloquy, I zone out. I don't know why. And then I just feel like this whole time period is wrong. The other day I mentioned to Lewis, I was like, Lewis, what's the difference between Elizabethan and Victorian? Like, because, I mean, I always say, like, the Victorian era, like, when they built houses in New York in the Victorian era, so beautiful. But it was a fancier home than what they started building the 50s and 60s, because it had craftsmen and detail work, and it was artisan. They were exquisite. And that's like the historical aspect of the home building in North America. Before they just made it like, I don't know, stock barracks, I suppose. So, with that mediumship that Robert was talking about, he said something about a predestined plan but he didn't necessarily put, it's AHA movement, I believe, AHAMOVEMENT, where you have, which I know this is like where you get like on the psychological whatever, you have to be careful who you speak these things to, because there's a lot of nut jobs out in the human world, but there's a mediumship, I suppose, and there's a predestined plan, and there's some higher order energy being, and then there's some kind of channeler of sorts, and then you speak on the one person's destiny, and you speak to the higher order beings of the guardianship that follow this person. And I didn't go into real raw detail, but I don't know if there's a possibility of using a human conduit or channeler in order to speak to the higher order process energy system that follows in a guardianship, in order to correct if a person is taken so horrifically out of order, which is what I feel like I am. I mean, since I was a kid, there's been like introduction to swimming, loved swimming, introduction to violin, love the violin, but there's been no continuous, like, there's been tons of disruption, but nothing really like struck my soul in like, I really love this and I can't imagine not doing this for the rest of my life other than my children. And so, but even that, bringing them into a nest like situation of where I've been held, it's been difficult because the setup hasn't been right in New York State. So I don't know how to find someone. I mean, I've guessed now that I have a name, but I don't know if he's so famous, like he's untouchable in sending a message. I'll have to ask Lewis how humans interact with one another in that way. Do you just call strangers and ask for help? I mean, because if your predestined plan was set for one thing for certain, and there's a spiritual gap of where the humans tore you out of your predestiny and threw you into some shallow hollow. And that's where you've just been kept, like, rotting and waiting for someone to notice that the pre-plan is off so horrifically. They also mentioned, they showed a picture of the passage of time, the humans, on New York State television. They showed in 2018 there was a gigantic snowstorm, same time frame as what I'm standing in a few years later, inside of, like, if, I mean, you have our little blue marble, and then if you pan out towards solar system, then galactic, and then to Milky Way. There's something broken between solar system, Milky Way, and the galactic that we currently are within, for where my position has been birthed. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what level of human to rely on, which form of channel or ship, like mediumship, courtship, guardianship. I don't know what, because of the limited amount of exposure I've had, like, I'm grappling with, I don't know where to anchor myself in order to ask for help, because I'm not sure what's available or what might spark further trouble. But back to 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, now 2022. 5 years later, on the position that the galaxy was in between the blue marble, the solar system, the galaxy, and the Milky Way, in the year, which is what they call it, but it's got an ear for the ear things since we're earthlings. There was snow in the New York area. Now, 5 years later, it is this weird gray sunny color. It's very difficult to look at, and it's very warm. It's warm, it's dry. So when I think anyway about the longer expanse of time in relation to the blue marble that I'm standing on in a sky dome of now 2022, in however the galaxy cycles or moves, or has been or the position of the galaxy has been changed somehow, whether by design or whether by accidental within a larger system. I feel like we've been knocked off course, because it's not like every January 6th since my birth onto this particular piece of terra firma has been consistently snowy on January 6th. So that says that there's some kind of cycle in either a solar system or in, that would lead one to believe logically, solar system or into galaxy, the position moves. Now, it has not been snowy, not like it was in 2018. 2018, the cars were almost buried. There was that much type of snow. And now it's a lot warmer, but it's been consistently warmer in this new January type of a thing. And so the fact that the galaxy may have shifted, or the solar system and the galaxy may have shifted, is more of a concern based on these predestined plans that were installed in a certain manner for certain leadership, like another ship, mothership, leadership type roles, spiritual ship, but have been withheld from where predestiny had them laid out to conform and to protect solar system, planet, solar system, galaxy, and Milky Way positioning. But there's real evidence, I mean, myself included, my journey is completely off. I have nothing, like, there's no, like, do you have hobbies? Do you... No, there's been none of that. There's been, I arrived, and I've just been in waiting of something that knows more than whatever I arrived to in order to help move me into where I belong and where I fit in. Because currently, this journey and this holding me in this nothingness position without access to people, process, education of what I should be working on or helping in some format, all of that's been withheld. And I don't know why, unbeknownst to me. So it's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Ketter's, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.